All right, just about 4 months of Atiku's partylessness. 4 months of partylessness.
Okay. Is that an English word?
All right, on a more serious note, Atiku has officially become an ADC member. What does this speak for P2P and El-rufai? You know, because having Atiku in ADC and El-rufai jumping in from SDP and P2P coming in from Labour, they are not going to likely get the ticket. The ticket obviously is going to go to either Atiku or Amechi, who is also a formidable ADC member, because the registration of Ada is yet to see the light of the day.
Yes, it's a good good news to the Atiku believers and Nigeria as a whole. You know, the ADC had made it very clear to all Nigerians that look, their party is going to be one of the party that we put out internal democracy, where transparency will be the order of the day. They have said, and Atiku has also affirmed, that after the primary, if he loses to anybody, he will support the person.
Why is
I'm coming. Yeah. I'm coming. You are asking whether what will become the fate of El-rufai and Peter Obi. At this point, Peter Obi and El-rufai hadn't taken official card of the ADC. They are not member of ADC. They still have time to make up their mind. Right. But if they choose to come to ADC, that means they have prepared their homework to fight Atiku. But I can assure you, Atiku taking 4 good months to take decision, haven't put in place the leadership of the party. It still takes 4 months to decide either to be a card-carrying member of ADC or not. It means that he had settled all that. It is a settled, plan that he will be the flag bearer. So for Peter Obi and El-rufai, they should take a proper decision. They are still deciding, because they said they have up to November. We're still in November, so we don't know if they will take the official card or not.
All right, let me come to you. Let's go ahead of this. Atiku's candidacy for ADC, Asiwaju's candidacy certainly for APC. Where would this lead us to? If P2B decides to join forces with Atiku in ADC and El-rufai decides to join forces with Atiku in ADC, could ADC be the opposition we are looking for, or you think PDP and some other party might be coming up with good luck, Jonathan?
Okay, so you have moved from calling it coalition to opposition party. So first of all, we have settled that one. That
this is not a coalition.
This is a
they made it clear themselves, because they were forcing people to join us at a certain time. Coalition doesn't work anymore. Coalition, people remain in their parties and work together.
And use it as a vehicle to achieve
whatever they want. Well, that one is settled now.
Yes.
We are clear on that. Secondly, all the hula baloo about Atiku, we don't know where he is. We don't know where he is, though we already know where he is. He gave his secretariat, that's his campaign secretariat, to ADC
as their office.
In the answer. So we couldn't have said that we don't know where he's operating for, but now he's on the glaring of everyone that he's now in ADC. The other people that we are looking at that may also join the opposition, they need to come out clear and clean and tell us people where they are. People like El-rufai.
He's in SDP.
Yeah, exactly. But Bolaji Abdullahi, the spokesperson for ADC, told us last week that El-rufai and Peter Obi are on their way to ADC. And from the character of the person we know of Peter Obi, he's not going to do all that shenanigan in primaries, because everyone at the helm of affairs at ADC is like they've been handpicked from David Mark, do you understand? And for them to even move the party headquarters to his campaign headquarters, I mean, it spells a lot of things to us for us to know. But one thing we should know, I don't know too well, but let me say this. The people from Peter Obi's movement, is like their stuff is dwindling, because what without action doesn't show us that that's what we want to follow. But I can tell you for free, as a political pundit and an analyst, that the presidency campaign of Atiku is not going to fly with Nigerians. We don't want to have old wines in new bottles.
Before you ask me again, just let me pause in here. You said that Peter Obi will not, go for a primaries. But you forget to realize that there's only one thing that is permanent in life, and that thing is change.
No. Apart from change, what I'm saying, Tanko said that they are not going to get it.
Yes, Tanko said it yesterday. 24 hours is a long time in politics.
Yes.
Obi might decide to go for primaries if he's so sure that the ADC odds favor him.
Okay, let me ask you.
Yes.
With Amechi there.
Yes.
Are you expecting a shocker?
Of course, we should expect a shocker from the opposition. If this is the way they are going to go, you are going to see more shockers.
In APC's primary election in 2023, 2023, Amechi surprisingly was the next to Asiwaju. People never expected it. He was
a minister under Buhari.
Yes.
He had a lot of wherewithal.
And he beat a vice president under Buhari.
When we knew where the vice president's own is coming from, you see, these things are on the glass.
Are you expecting a shocker? Atiku is not in power.
Yes.
Amechi is not in power.
Yes.
Are you expecting a shocker where Amechi can pull the shot?
Yes, I am.
Are you expecting a shocker?
I am not expecting a shocker, but what I am expecting, these two names you mentioned might not be people who will pull the string in ADC, because
that's Atiku and Obi is unlikely to get involved in primary election.
But if Obi and El-rufai get involved and they combine their effort, you see a surprise shock. The kind of shocker you'll be expecting will not be
okay. Now you talk about change being permanent.
Yes.
What if Amechi and El-rufai put resources together?
That is the change we're talking about.
El-rufai seems to be misplaced directionally right now. Okay. He's not too settled from the look of things. His voice has grown thin. He refused to talk about Trump's threat or voice statement of tagging Nigeria as a country.
It's not a threat, it's a classification.
It's a classification, exactly. If you notice, he has not said anything. He didn't say anything in the open that we see, whether he's supporting or he doesn't support it. But one thing that we know that he supports or he doesn't support the present government. Do you understand? He doesn't want people to quote him. Then secondly, all the happenings that we have been having in Nigeria recently, kidnappings and all the killings and everything, El-rufai has also not said anything. These are the things we will start using to classify leaders in our country. When there are issues, make your stand known.
No, but before now, as a matter of fact, I just read in the news where I think a Kaduna statement has given him 1 week to come and substantiate the claim he made that the government has been giving bandits 1 billion naira, for them to maintain peace. He even started it. He has said something. So if now,
that was when there was a problem between him and Sani, his godson. He's a political godson. Do you understand? Now that's when
it appears that
when you are quarreling, I can't buy insults to insult you. I can say this Okafo is gay. Do you understand?
Even I know it's not true.
Now you're talking about El-rufai voice growing thin in recent time, in events that are happening. This is an interesting time. If you remember, the moment El-rufai stepped into SDP, there were problems in SDP. El-rufai going to ADC, there were also problems in ADC. So as a politician who want to achieve what he set out to achieve, sometimes you have to step down your game for your opponent not to know what you are doing. I don't think El-rufai is not concerned about the happening in this country, because like he rightly pointed out, he was the first to start it. That look, the so-called peace you are saying that you are experiencing in the Southern Kaduna is a purchased peace, and that there's no peace there. And I also read from Sahara Reporter just yesterday that those repentant terrorists, they've gone back to kidnapping. So that confirms what
since you have become the Lere of El-rufai.
I am not.
Let me address you, since you are now the Lere of El-rufai, because you are talking with assertiveness to know what El-rufai is doing now or not. Now, if you are talking about El-rufai coming out to tell us that bandits in Kaduna State were being paid, there were allegations against him. that what was happening in Kaduna South was inspired by him. So he wanted to free his head. That's one of the reasons that he made out that statement. Now that they've given him 1 week to come and talk, has he spoken? That's number one. Number two,
1 week is yet to be expired.
Okay, well, we are waiting.
Yeah.
That number two, the same El-rufai. Trump has labeled Nigeria or has started Nigeria as a country of
El-rufai is not his government.
Hold on, it doesn't matter. But yeah, it's not a good.
Let me tell you. Hang on. You see, this is not the first time allegations have been levied against people. If you remember in 2014, 2015, 2017, it was also alleged that El-rufai was among those who sponsored terrorists into this country.
Is the tag of his left? Is the tag of his left? No, is the tag of his left? See,
to remove Jonathan, which he had not been able to come and say yes or no, and the government had not shown any of prosecution. If the government is so sure that he was among those who brought in the terrorists, what stopped the government from prosecuting before now?
Which government? I don't know which government. The government of APC that he was a part of.
And what government are we having
today? He said something a while ago, which I wanted you to talk about.
Yes.
He said that the steam of Obi's candidacy has dropped. Is it true?
I don't agree with him at all. You see, that's why that was the point I was making. You see, the obedient movement, if it may interest you, that just last Saturday here, the Agbo chapter came alive in Delta State, still wasn't very strong. You see, every politician, especially at this time we are in this country, with this present APC strategy of destroying every political party, what we're going to have in 2027 is going to be a candidate, personal, candidation, not even party. So all the candidates who have interest in 2027, they are being strategic. Obi is one of those person. I don't know if it has to be one of those who believe.
It's stand of the South.
He's not. He doesn't want to contest. So Obi is being very strategic. He can't let out all his card because see what has happened to Labour, to Labour Party. Obi has even said what has happened in SDP and what is happening in PDP. Obi will be too stupid to put out all his card out there. So Obi's stream is still very, very fair.
Okay, Obi is very fair. Obi went to Agbo. Where is Agbo in the scheme of his political organization? Went to Agbo. Where is Agbo in the scheme of deciding who becomes president of Nigeria? Hold on.
Agbo did for
what's the percentage?
Go and check what they did.
We are not talking about Kaduna. We are not talking about
Vice President.
We are not talking about Benue.
Allow him to say.
We are not talking about Benue. We are talking about Agbo. We are talking about mainstream.
I am telling you, the Vice President of the PDP was
let me tell you something.
And Obi
in recent time, when Obi makes it, we all know Obi's traction. We all know when Obi talk, everybody
are not following properly.
Hold on. So you believe Obi's candidacy, this team is gone down?
Of course, gone down fast.
Do you think it's because of emergence of good luck into the picture, even though it has not been officially stated?
That's one of it. That's one of it. Then number two, a tree doesn't form a forest. Only Obi cannot form a forest. Obi needs an organization that is efficient and effective.
I think Obedient movement is not.
No, they are not. They are not. The people at the helm of affairs of Obedient movement needs to be changed. So there needs to be an outlook, a national outlook of the Obedient movement.
Let me ask you: do you think the gift that Nigerians gave to me in 2023, that such goodwill was mismanaged?
You can't say that too much. I mean, there are things. Hold on. Let me tell you something. Yeah. Obi had labor in his palms. Obi could have taken labor. Obi allowed Labour to disintegrate. When he becomes the president of Nigeria, how he's going to allow Nigeria to disintegrate? It's because he wants things to be done rightly. That's where Labour is today. That's where Labour is today.
Let me come to you. Imagine what he's analyzing about how Obi handled Labour. Now, people in ADC are, even Bolaji was saying Obi and El-rufai is coming. What if there is chance of P2B remaining in that same limbo, putting them together and deciding to run?
You see, when you said Obi do not handle Labour well, I don't think it's entirely true. The reason being that Obi is a man with conscience. Obi came from PDP to Labour, and Labour willingly gave him a platform to run. It will be unfair on part of Obi to unilaterally remove the leadership of Labour just because he wants to organize Labour Party to suit his purpose. So to that extent, I don't agree that Obi mismanaged Labour. Yes, Bolaji said Obi and El-rufai, they are on their way to ADC. Talk is cheap. That is Bolaji statement. Has it come from Obi? Neither El-rufai. Even though they were there at the unveiling of the ADC as the coalition party that the coalition is going to use for 2027. Obi and El-rufai also made it clear that, look, we belong to a political party, and we have, people who are contesting, our supporters. We need to support them. And the word coalition means that people are coming together for a particular purpose. It doesn't mean they are leaving their political party. So Bolaji on his own is on a foliage of his own.
All right, back to Atiku.
I wanted to talk about the Obi he talked about. Now Obi, he talked about that he was not impressive. Politics is politics. You got to play the politics the way it is. Have you ever heard of national leader of a party before? Tinubu was national leader of SDF or of ADC.
He was created for his purpose.
He was created for his purpose. Obi could have been the national leader of APC. When the election finished, what did he do? He went docile, and they took the party. Now, have they not destroyed the party?
Now, if Atiku ends up clinching the ticket of ADC,
yes,
which is not certain, I was talking about surprises that Amechi might be able to pull off.
Yes, I believe in Amechi more than
to find a race of Atiku and Asiwaju. Do you think Nigerians are going to say, oh, these two are the same? Then they now form another force that gave off something like what we had with Obi.
Yes.
In 2023,
yes.
Do you think Obi can clinch the leadership of that?
Obi can, but you see, where will the party come from? Knowing that the parties are being ravaged right now.
All the opposition
party are being ravaged. You and I know that's not a story.
All right, congratulations to Atiku. At the end of the day, Atiku has been able to pitch his tent somewhere. He didn't stay back to destroy PDP. He decided to go to ADC. Unlike
no, you can't say he didn't stay back to destroy PDP. No, listen. You can't say he moved the third leg of the PDP.
It would be unfair to Nigeria if you said Atiku didn't destroy PDP.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Atiku is the foundation of the
destruction of PDP.
I said he didn't stay
back.
But
I can tell you.
After you had destroyed it, he didn't.
As I can tell you.
Yes.
We are glad also that we didn't have a president called Nyesom Wike.
Right.
And I will never be a president.
He will never be a president.
So you are giving credit to Atiku.
In some way. God work in mysterious ways. It's more than